Welcome again, my dear students, in Chapter 4, Components and Design of Research Proposal. Importance and conditions of preparing the research proposal. Dear students, the researcher shouldn't imitate other research or studies proposal. The condition of the successful research are as follows. Number one, it should include all issues and matters that the research statement will raise up. Number two, the proposal should be invented, new, and not copied from other researches. Number three, the proposal should be balanced. In other words, there should be balanced and a consistency between its parts. This balance has two types: quantitative balance and qualitative balance. Objectives of the proposal. The proposal's purpose could be summarized as follows: introducing a brief description of the thesis statement, counting the previous studies pertinent to the thesis statement in the general and public framework. Number three, determining the research objectives in light of the abstract of previous studies. Number four, identifying procedures and steps of handling the thesis statement. Number five, restricting the information required for the research and identifying its sources and ways of collection. Objective number six, ideal research classification to handle its problem with identifying the research approaches. Proposal elements: research topic and objective, significance of the research topic and why has it been chosen, research approach, what are the research approaches and techniques that could be used to achieve its objective and why have they been chosen. Element number four, data collection methods. What are the data and information collection methods that could answer the research question or support its hypothesis? Element number five, the consideration of the research ethical aspect. Number six, research proposal or structure. How could the research topic be handled or divided? In light of the previous questions, the proposal elements could be summarized as follows. First, introduction. Second, determination of this statement. After that, selection of a research appropriate title. Then, identification of the place and time limitation of the research. Then, a brief summary of the most important previous studies in the same field of the research and in same place or similar areas to the study's location. Number six, determining the research objectives. Then, determination of hypothesis if displaying of the research approaches. Then the research significance. After that, terms definitions. Point number 11, restricting the information required for completing the research and identifying its sources and how to collect data. The point before the last one, documentation and research chapters. elements of science research. A science research or a successful science research paper contains or should be contains several essential elements, all of which should be present and fully developed for experiment paper to be completed. The essential components are as follows. A successful science research paper contains several essential elements. Number one, title page. This should include the name of the project category, the name, advisor's name, school name or university, and date. Number two, abstract. And this is a concise summary of the project. It includes the problem, hypothesis, methods, and materials, principal results, and discussion. It may be no more than 250 words in length and is segment space. It depends what kind of journal you want to publish your paper. Number three, table of contents. And this is a listing of elements of your paper in order to which they appear. Number four, your introduction, written from your background research survey of the literature. This is a summary of your information essential to understanding the project. The essential components are the following. General background research includes only critical information and research studies that relate directly to your experimental or research problem. Establish a strong rational label, rationale for the study by emphasizing unresolving issues or questions you noticed in your research. You should also explain the purpose of your experiments. Statement of the problem. A clear and specific sentence stating the problem or question you intend to investigate. Hypothesis. A statement of what you expect will happen during experimentation or what you hope to establish your research. All information borrowed from a research source should be or must be cited, even if summarized or especially if quoted directly. Different citation forms will be used. The introduction is written formally using third person pronouns. Materials and methods. In list 4, this will include all materials needed used to perform experiment. Quantify all amounts and preciously name or describe all equipment used. Make a list for rough drafts, but integrate all the matters in to the narrative for the final draft. Results. Present data that you collected in chart, graph or table form. If your data cannot be quantified or measured, you don't have any data. Summarize the data in a narrative form by telling your reader what the charts, etc. mean. All charts, graphs, and tables must be labeled properly and accompanied by a brief description. Statistical analysis should be also included and discussed in this section. Don't include raw data in this section. All raw data must be kept in the long and can be attached as an appendix at the end of your paper if necessary. Number 7, discussion. Restate the purpose of the study, the major findings and the data support of the hypothesis. Focus on the interpretation of the results and explain whether the hypothesis was supported. Don't, however, say that you have proven the hypothesis to be true. Compare your findings with other research and offer a reason for a description in the results. When doing this comparison, discuss the implications of your findings and explain how they have changed or added to the body of knowledge about this topic. Also make suggestions for methodology improvements, changes in the experiment and recommendations for further studies. This section should answer this question. Did you get the results you expected? Or why not? Or why? Was each trade performed with the exact same steps and materials? Were there unexpected findings? Were these caused by experimental error? Variable you don't or you didn't control or other reasons. Number 8, bibliography. List in alphabetic order all books, papers, journal articles, electronic source, and communications in this paper. Below is an explanation of the previous elements. The introduction is a background or approaches to these statements, but it should be closely relevant to the statement. This statement, it is the main axe around which the research is built up. It contains questions which the researcher has raised and reflects his feelings of a certain deficit or that the researcher wants to clarify. The title should be limited and brief. It should accurately reflect the research topic. Well-formed, accurate, and simple words and language should be used. Avoidance of terms that have several meanings so as to avoid ambiguity and vagueness. Research hypothesis. After identifying these statements and research objectives, the researcher should determine the hypothesis which he intends to verify. The research approach used in a scientific research is linked to its topic, content, and objectives. The scientific research approach could be classified into 8 different types. Quantitative and descriptive approach, historical approach, experimental approach, philosophical approach, social approach, innovative, predictive approach, and case study approach. Research significance. The study should have high social and scientific value and significance. And the researcher should ask himself a question related to the significance of the study which he is about to conduct. This significance should be related to the significant feasibility of the researcher's field of specialization. Model of suggested research proposal PO is a model of suggested research proposal. Introduction, identification of these statements, literature review, hypothesis, research limitation, approaches, terms, research chapters, and before. Types and division of research. According to applicability, this type can be divided into pure theoretical research and applied scientific research. It is according to the length of a scientific stage. This type can be divided into term papers and MA thesis. PhD dissertation, scientific production studies. This is the end of our chapter. Till we meet again.